There you go, perfect.
He's not licking
And that's fine, even if he's just licking it, it's fine. Good.
You want me to lure him around? Or?
No, you can keep him right there. You can lure him a little bit, but don't make it difficult. Because the whole purpose of this right now is just to condition that sound with food. Sound, food, sound, food. Okay, my friend just got a couple of puppies. They're 7 weeks of age, and in the video, I'm showing you their very first training session. When I say their first training session, that's exactly what it is. They just got picked up from the airport the night before, and then this morning was the first time they came to my place. So the puppies already got a little bit of exposure first thing, which is one of the things that we want to do. We want the exposure to be done properly. We want it to be in a pleasant manner, nothing too crazy. And on top of that, one of the other things that we're doing, as you'll see in the video, is the clicker conditioning. All the clicker conditioning is, we're just letting the dog know that the click means you're getting food. Click, feed, click, feed, click, feed. We're doing that over and over and over. The purpose of that is just to let the puppy know, or the dog know, so you can do this with any dog at any age, is to let them know that this neutral thing, which is the clicker, which has no meaning whatsoever, we attach a very strong and powerful meaning to it. And every chance at home that you get to feed them, do that. You know, because we want the clicker to be so powerful. You want that sound to be so powerful for him. He likes food at least, so that's good. Perfect. Good. Nice. There you go. That way later, after several repetitions of this, we can then use the clicker as a conditioned reinforcement, which basically means a neutral stimulus goes from being meaningless to now it's very important. This allows us to reward with a little bit more power, more accuracy, better timing, and it will cut the learning by about half. So the two puppies here, he's got the male and the female. What he's doing is he's just not asking the puppies to do anything. He's just clicking, feeding. He's luring just a hair. The female is a little bit too intense, so she drew blood on him. She's just super, super powerful, and she's just full mouth, full confidence on his hand. So she got a little bit rough with him. Okay, there you go. Now. Beautiful.
Ow!
And I love that dog.
Ow! Wow! Ow! Everything! Oh God!
When I try to do it, it was a little bit better with me, but she still managed to get very intense. So another strategy that I gave him, as you'll see in the video, is click, and I'm gonna put the foot on the ground. Click, put the foot on the ground. Eventually, obviously, we're gonna have to find a way to convey to her that just grabbing my whole hand is not the way to get the food. Then we fast forward the training a little bit. We did some target training. Now the target training in the video is a very big platform. This is the only thing we had at the moment. Ideally the platform will be a little bit smaller, but that works just fine too.
Free.
After she comes back, you're gonna click, and we're gonna do about 4 reps. Tap on the box. There you go, reward. Do that like 3 more times. So as she comes back, you're gonna click again, okay? There you go. Again, click again. Good, one more time. Now pick her up. Good, now put her away. The other scenario that we had going on with us was the environment was not very sterile, so there isn't a whole lot of control in the environment. We have this big opening, and then we have this platform. So now we're having to compete with the environment. Very first training session, so I'm not too concerned about that. But what I did tell him to do is, when you go home, I told him, find a platform. It could be that same size, it could be even a little bit smaller, a little bit more raised, but some sort of platform to let the puppy know on their own, without us prompting him, that every time it directs its attention to the platform, it will get clicked and it'll get rewarded. So the platform will become something very, very valuable too. This is then something that we can turn into stays. This is something that we can turn into positioning, like sit down without the dog creeping forward. And we can do so many things. And I've done videos about this with my wife's puppy before too. I've done it with my dog when he was a puppy. Just so many valuable things that you can do with the platform. So what I instructed him to do is, when you go home, find an area that is not as high distracting, you know, as we had in the back, in the front porch in the video. And then just put the board down and we'll do free shaping. And all that means is we're not prompting the dog, we're not giving the dog any feedback. The only feedback the dog is getting is click when you head in the right direction. So naturally, not having a lot of distractions, there isn't a whole lot for the platform or for the handler to compete with. So then there's nothing, and then there's the platform. And then the dog, every time it even looks at it, walks in the direction, definitely climbs on it, click, feed, click, feed, click, feed. And then the dog learns to learn. The dog figures out on his own or on her own that the reward is attached to the platform. In the training session that we did today, we had the environment to compete with, so the session was not as smooth as it could have been, but it was still a good session. So that's one of the first things that I would do with a puppy. These puppies are 7 weeks of age, and you know, they're very different personalities. We did the same thing. Strategy was a little bit different maybe, and the sessions turned out just a little bit different, but overall really good training sessions for these puppies.